It is an honor for me to introduce our distinguished commencement speaker, prominent banking executive, philanthropist, and Auburn alumnus, Kenneth Kelly. A native of Eufaula, Alabama, Mr. Kelly earned his bachelor's degree in electrical engineering from Auburn in 1990. He is currently the chairman and chief executive officer of First Independence Bank of Detroit, the seventh largest African-American controlled bank in the country, and chairman of Mack Leasing, a Michigan-based and minority-owned equipment lease company. He also served on the FDIC Advisory Committee on Community Banking, sits on the American Bankers Association Board of Directors, and recently completed a 3-year term on the Federal Reserve Bank's 7th District Community Depository Institution Advisory Council. Throughout his career, Mr. Kelly has attained several noteworthy achievements and awards. In 2018, he was awarded the Distinguished Auburn Engineer Award, an honor that has been given to less than 150 alumni out of the more than 35,000 engineering graduates over the past 50 years. That same year, he was presented with the Spirit of Detroit Award by the Detroit City Council. More recently, Mr. Kelly was inducted into the prestigious State of Alabama Engineering Hall of Fame. He has been included in the Birmingham Business Journal's Top 40 Under 40 and has been recognized for his leadership in Georgia by the Henry County Chamber, Council for Quality Growth, and the 100 Black Men of Atlanta volunteer organization. Mr. Kelly is a true Auburn man who puts our institution's values into action every day, and he is proof that working hard and following your passions can lead to great success. We are honored to have him with us today to offer words of inspiration and congratulations to our spring graduates. Please join me in welcoming Kenneth Kelly.
War Eagle! War Eagle! War Eagle! As I progress today, if you hear me say War Eagle, you must join me for the other two. Let's try that again. War Eagle? War Eagle? War Eagle. Provost Bill Hargrave, thank you for that gracious introduction. To President Googe, Liz Huntley, and the remaining Board of Trustee members, Regina Sanders, President of the National Alumni Association, Dean Chris Roberts of the Samuel Ginn College of Engineering, where I serve as chairman of the Engineering Council. I thank all of you for having me to participate in this prestigious ceremony today. Your invitation reminds me of something Ambassador Andrew Young stated to me in 2017. If you ever see a turtle on a fence post, someone put it there. That's a polite way of saying that I wasn't smart enough to dream about being on this podium today. So let me say that again. Thank you. Everything that I reflect on today is intended to be about the period of my life between undergrad and my early career with the lens of experience to meet you right where you are, graduates. So to the graduates of the class of 2021, your families and friends, congratulations. Based on the graduation percentage, some of you had this day in mind 4 years ago. Some of you were more like me and you had more like 5 or 6 years in mind. But what is important, irrespective of the time that it took for you to get here, you are here in one of the nation's greatest venues, about to become another layer of our family that is everlasting. As we know, one of the greatest traditions in all of college football is watching our Eagles take flight in pre-game festivities. It is a ceremony unlike anything else in the world. And today, via this ceremony, during a pandemic, you're about to live up to the eminent charge of my speech, flight from the nest. A nest is a place of refuge that allows for its subjects to grow, to gain the strength and skills for independence. There are two nests that I would like to reflect on today: your home, or where you grew up, and secondly, the nest from which we have achieved the strength to fly from today, our beloved Auburn University. Most importantly, and like most nests, it is a place to come back to give back to, and to honor through your legacy. A legacy is something that will last because it is based upon values and principles that are everlasting. Real success is where your contributions matter to others more than it matters to yourself. It is a mindset where you believe in we, not me. Remember, it takes 11 teammates to score a touchdown. I stand here before you because of us. I had parents who loved me. In fact, Janice Smith Kelly, my late mother, prayed for me, and my sister Sean Kelly Cord, class of 1993. Along with my grandparents, uncles, aunts, and a nurturing education community from Rebecca Comer, Admiral Moore, and Eufaula High. Many of you have similar stories that I know about, to include some graduating today for the second time with advanced degrees: Vonnie Stone, Hunter Thomas, Emily Wood Traylor, Kim Johnson, and some graduating for the first time: Auburn cheerleader Miracle Scott, Catherine Smith, my alpha brother Keenan Strong, and former SGA president Ada Ruth Huntley, along with many more of you. These types of relationships embody the strength you gain in the nest when you're engaged. Auburn has been a nest for each of you, whether you studied engineering, business, education, or liberal arts, to name a few. Like a young eagle, to fly from the nest, you need the virtues or values of what I call the 3 C's: confidence, challenges, and character. War Eagle, War Eagle, War Eagle. Confidence, firm trust, not arrogance. You will need it to execute your goals and to support your resolve in the face of adversity. You will need people in your life to support your confidence as mentors, because life is a team sport, just like football. There will be times you'll be playing offense and times you will be playing defense in life. Always remember, the loudest cheers come of being in the most challenging situations where you need the most confidence, whether that is a kick 6 or a prayer in Jordan hair. Always remember, it is the wind in the face of the eagle that allows it to soar effortlessly higher beyond the risk of pesky birds. Challenges, testing of your skills and abilities. You must continue to challenge yourself if you expect to grow. Auburn has challenged you, and you have risen to the occasion and demonstrated the work ethic and skills needed for success. Like most of you, many of us remember that one course where you made the lowest test grade during your college studies. By the way, if your lowest test grade is an 89 or higher, you may want to skip out on the rest of this discussion. That low test score for me was in electromagnetics. I knew there was a problem when the teacher would call a name and then he would double fold the test before he handed it to the student. That was an old school form of called embarrassment security. The good news was that the class as a whole met that low bar, and ultimately the instructor allowed the equivalent of a retake of that test. But what I want to share with you from that experience is that test taught us teamwork. When we got into the hallway after class, Bobby, Susan, Alan, Cliff, and I became great study partners. The reason that I bring that up is that I did not have another class at Auburn where I did not know who was the smartest kid in the class. And I apply that philosophy to life. But going forward on a daily basis, there may not be an actual test, lab, or pop quiz for you to learn these crucial lessons. You will be graded on the consecutive efforts of your daily behaviors, results, and just as important, teamwork. Therefore, you should begin challenging yourself to a standard that you can be proud of, which will become your legacy. Character. mental and moral qualities to keep with a pattern of behavior. Your character reflects what you value. You will need courage to exhibit it. In the essence of being the Auburn Creed, by answering, who are you? And most importantly, how will you contribute to the Auburn legacy? I must share with you that what you have read about me or heard about me is a listing of things that I have done or accomplished. What I want to do is take a short moment to tell you a little bit about what's most important, who I am. My nest was created in Eufaula, Barber County, Alabama, where I have more than 4 generations of ancestors whose remains lie within a 25-mile radius going back to the early 1800s. It is a family knitting based on hard work, love, and unconditional support, where giving is a part of living. Those blue-collar values align with our creed and land-grant mission. So what do you do when you've acquired confidence, you've engaged challenges, and refined your character? The answer is remarkably simple. Be grateful. It is my belief that you cannot be great without being grateful. As Hezekiah Walker stated, flowing from my heart are the issues of my heart. It's gratefulness. Dr. King said it best by quoting scripture that he who is among you shall be your servant. He who is greatest among you shall be your servant. I recall one of my humble moments my senior year on May 9, 1990, when this great institution awarded me the Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Award for my devotion to the service of others. I am grateful because it reaffirmed my compass to serve in preparing to leave Auburn's nest some 30 years ago. Another demonstrated example is the story of my mother, Janice Kelly, who on a Sunday afternoon at Mary Lane Hall, about 2 housing dorms east of where we are, I'm grateful that she cried as she was leaving her son, who was flying from her nest to our home, from our home to this nest here at Auburn University. That cry was a sound of emotion that I cannot describe, nor had I ever heard in before my 18 years of living at that point in time, but it connoted to me that something special was about to happen, and I think many of you mothers over here understand what I'm talking about. I've come to recognize that it's only something that a mother would understand. Her impact was on my motivation to ensure that my flight from Auburn would be successful. The beauty of that cry was the joy in her smile, along with my late great-grandmother, Hester Cobb Fortson, and my late father, John Kelly III, that was demonstrated upon my graduation and the graduation of my sister in 1993 before my mother's passing in 1995. For that, I am grateful. I challenge you graduates to demonstrate to your loved ones your gratefulness today. You should consider giving a War Eagle hug in a socially responsible way and a Gappy Love hug of 12 seconds, which is the time that it takes Aria to fly from the upper deck, soar over the Auburn family, and land at midfield as we have so often celebrated. Because today is special, and graduation is a moment to memorialize this occasion in a special way. In closing, you have the 3 C's: confidence, challenges, and character to take flight from this nest. Again, my charge to you is to remember as you fly from this nest today, to remember that this nest is a place to come back to give back to, and to honor through your legacy. I would love to hear from each of you as graduates who are listed in this program over the 3 C's, and you can reach me on kennethkelly.us. Today, your legacy begins as a layer in the Auburn alumni, and it is an honor to welcome you into this great family, reflecting on the creed that focuses on work, hard work, in education, in honesty, in a sound mind, in obedience to law, in the human touch, and in our country. I want you to know that Auburn University believes in you, and yes, we love it. So as Tiger, Nova, Spirit, and Aria have done so many times on this hollow ground, I want the graduates to stand to honor the metaphorical flight via this ceremony. Because the time has come for each of you to take flight from the nest. Join me in a 3 call out of War Eagle. War Eagle, War Eagle, War Eagle. Thank you.